Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
An Illinois woman's past means she might not have a future as a Belvidere business owner. Animal activists explain why they think a new indoor dog park could be a danger to pets.
At this point in time, even with the Delta variant, we're seeing decreased efficacy of the vaccine.
New COVID mutations mean 2-dose vaccines might not last forever. Booster shots could be another arrow in the quiver in the fight against COVID-19.
And looking for weekend plans, Discovery Center Museum unveils a new exhibit that brings science to life. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
Before a new Belvidere business can even open, one of the co-owners is facing backlash.
The controversy is centered around animal abuse charges. Rachel Perry spoke with the business owners and concerned community members. Rachel, what did you find?
Mimi and Eric, the Belvidere Indoor Dog Park is set to open Saturday. That comes after one owner's court records resurfaced, showing an animal cruelty charge. I spoke with her and the people from her past.
Well, what happened? Most people don't set out to, bring all these animals in here and then not care for them.
In 2014, Stacy Feeblecorn was arrested in Kane County. Undersheriff Patrick Gangler responded to the property, finding more than 90 animals.
Really kind of looked like a hoarding type situation with the animals needing the care.
Convicted a year later with animal cruelty, a Class A misdemeanor, she served jail time and probation. Then she moved to Belvidere. Feeblecorn planned on starting Canine Splash-tastic, which was set to open Saturday.
And I was like, are you kidding me right now?
When Sarah Yackel heard the grand opening news, she tells me it was shocking. Yackel was there when the animals were removed from Feeblecorn's property in 2014.
All of us that were at that rescue and helped those animals are appalled.
Both Yackel and Undersheriff Gangler tell me they can't forget this case.
Stepping on mounds of poop that was on top of carcasses.
The water bowl was frozen, but you could see where the birds had tried to peck at the water, the ice to get to the water.
But now her court documents are on Facebook. Rescues and businesses once listed on the grand opening flyer of the new business tell me they backed out of the party. I met up with Feeblecorn and her business partner to hear her side of the story. While she denied an on-camera interview, she tells me in a written statement, "I know I have made mistakes in my past. At one point in time, I got in over my head, and things got out of control. I am sorry and truly regret that I let it get to that point." Undersheriff Gangler thinks that could be true.
I think it just really looked like it got away. It looked like that she probably had a well-intentioned.
Stacy tells me she has grown and learned from her mistakes, but is stepping away from the business and giving her partner full ownership. At 6, we'll hear from the veterinarian who responded in 2014 and more on why Stacy says she started the business in the first place and where it stands now. Eric and Mimi?
All right, thanks, Rachel.
Worries about cardiovascular health typically don't begin until we're all a little older, but a local 21-year-old is in the fight for her life after having a heart attack.
Michelle Rave caught up with the woman's family. Michelle, they tell you the recovery has been difficult.
A Rockford family is living through their worst nightmare as their 21-year-old daughter has spent over a month in a hospital bed after suffering from a heart attack.
It's the most difficult thing I've ever had to deal with as a parent.
On May 25th, after not feeling well, 21-year-old Mallory Berg was taken to the hospital. Doctors soon made a shocking discovery.
They couldn't believe she was having a heart attack. So they kept running EKGs, and after the 5th one, they decided that she was definitely having a heart attack.
Blood clot basically destroyed her heart. From that moment on, they've been trying to fix her heart, and now we're to the point where it cannot be fixed. So we have to go to other measures.
Mallory has now spent more than a month receiving treatment in a Peoria hospital. OSF cardiologist Dr. Paul Christensen, who is not providing care for Mallory, says in his over 40 years of experience, he's only treated a few dozen patients under the age of 30.
Heart attacks in young people are very rare, for starters, especially in otherwise healthy people with no history of congenital heart disease or other risk factors.
The Bergs say their biggest hope now is Mallory can get healthy enough to survive transplant surgery.
So we were trying to get her lungs to the point where her body will accept the new heart, whether it's sitting upright, standing.
They have her standing.
Which is amazing because of all the stuff that she had happen.
And she smiles, the biggest smile when she stands up. So it's, she's proud of herself too. I mean, she's fighting so hard.
The Bergs have taken leave from their jobs to be by Mallory's side in Peoria. The family currently has a GoFundMe page set up. I'll have a link to that in this story on mystateline.com. Eric?
Michelle, thanks for sharing that story with us. When Americans first rolled up their sleeves for the COVID vaccine, many thought 2 doses would complete the process. Now medical experts estimate booster shots could be needed in the future. Boosters are necessary when a vaccine does not provide long-term immunity or if the virus the vaccine is fighting mutates over time. Thomas Carey with Swedish American says that's the case with COVID-19.
We know that over time, as the virus begins to mutate and it becomes more virulent, that there's going to be a period of time where at that point in time there will be a booster, and the booster will be specific for that particular variant.
Carey estimates a booster will be needed for the Pfizer and Moderna shots in 2 to 3 years.
A partnership between community members earns statewide recognition. The city of Rockford, Rockford Public Schools, and Rockford Area Habitat for Humanity teamed up to improve the community. Guilford High School construction students built homes for those in need. It's called the New Possibilities Program. That project earned them the Governor's Hometown Award. Habitat for Humanity's local chapter director says a lot of good can come from collaboration.
For many years, Habitat has been a program that people have been really proud of, and with our partnership between the City of Rockford and Rockford Public Schools, we've been able to do more in this community, and that's always a good thing.
A Governor's Hometown Award sign is now displayed at Guilford. A ceremony honored those involved in the project this morning.
Chemistry comes alive at a Rockford museum. The Discovery Center is now home to a giant periodic table of elements. Grids of chemical elements teach kids about matter, better known as the building blocks of the universe. The outdoor exhibit is specifically for grade school students. Discovery Center's director says the addition makes science fun.
Children instinctively know, okay, I can turn this, and then I can see a picture on the back, and that will help me understand, okay, so this element is gold. Well, where do we find gold, and that kind of thing.
Check out the periodic table and everything else Discovery Center has to offer Wednesdays through Sundays. Online reservations are required.
Nestled in the woods right off Springbrook Road in Rockford lies a home that many may pass, but thousands flock to every year for its design.
Elliot Grandia explains why the Laurent house should be on your must-see list in today's Destination Illinois.
Well, we're sitting in what used to be a very rural part of Rockford. Now sitting right behind me is an architectural treasure.
It is also the only home that Wright designed to be completely wheelchair accessible.
Designed in the late 1940s for a disabled World War II veteran and his wife, Kenneth and Phyllis Laurent, Frank Lloyd Wright built this beautiful home decades ahead of the American Disabilities Accessibility Guidelines. Wright, famous for designing over 1,000 structures in his lifetime alone, was especially proud of the Laurent house.
But she did allow markings to be placed here. This was a growth chart that she kept for her children, grandchildren, and for some special cousins.
The home, staged as it sat all the way back in the 50s, showcasing beauty and practicality all in one, making sure Kenneth could get around the entire home with ease.
These are doors that drop down. This is a feature that Wright designed specifically for Ken Laurent to make it easier for him in his wheelchair to be able to access things.
So how did this home come to be? Kenneth actually wrote Frank Lloyd Wright a letter asking him to design a home from someone bound to a wheelchair on a $20,000 budget. Wright writing him back just 2 weeks later saying yes. Today, we have this 1,400 square foot Usonian hemicycle home.
It's a style that he's trying to do to bring beautiful design to the middle class Americans. So he's doing different things to save on costs in order to be able to do this. Prior to this time period and to this body of work, Wright's clients were extremely wealthy.
Well, as you tour the home, despite cutting costs, Wright did not cut corners on beauty, designing more than just a floor plan.
My favorite feature are these coffee or tea cups, where Wright has designed an image to hide a woman's lipstick on the outside and the inside of the cup.
All the furniture except for 2 chairs were designed by Wright himself. Even the original orange, green, and Cherokee red colored scheme remains today.
The original color scheme of this room was to be that of autumn leaves.
The Laurent house truly putting Rockford on the map for architectural enthusiasts around the world.
All over United Kingdom, from Australia, Japan, we've even had a few guests, Italy, China, all around the world, and certainly all across the country as well. And they come to Rockford just to see this house. It's great.
For Destination Illinois, I'm Elliot Grandia.
It can be easy to miss if you don't know what you're looking for.
It's special.
We drive past it almost every day. We've got a bit of a break from the heat today.
Temperatures drop down into the 60s. Candace will let us know if more of the same's in store for the weekend. Stay with us.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, we've been stuck in the cloud cover this afternoon, and those clouds, they are going to stay with us as we go through this evening. Really cooling temperatures off behind that cold front that came through earlier yesterday evening. Numbers have been in the 60s all afternoon. We didn't even break the 70-degree mark today. We're at 68 in Rockford, 66 in Janesville, 65 in Freeport, 64 in Monroe, 69 for our weather watcher Bob here on the southeast end of Rockford, and 65 for Ken now in Belvidere. Looked like it was going to rain. Maybe you had a little drizzle or a few sprinkles earlier in the day, and that has been pretty much it. We do keep with the cloud cover through much of this evening, which did not allow our temperatures to climb from this morning into the afternoon. So we gained very little in that temperature department. But as we go through this evening, we'll start to see some of that cloud cover clear out. Today's high temperature 69 degrees, our record cold high, so the coldest high temperature ever felt on July 8th, 64. That was back in 2009. Last time we had a high temperature in the 60s, May 27th, when the high temperature was 67 degrees. Still thick in that cloud cover this evening. A live look with our Mercial SkyTrack camera out over downtown Rockford, looking to the south. We've had a few breaks where the sun has tried to make an appearance, kind of a sign of some drier air trying to work in, and that'll gradually clear out our skies as our temperature tonight falls down to 59 degrees. We'll gain a little bit in that temperature department for our Friday, back into the mid and upper 70s. We'll see a little bit of sunshine, but the cloud cover will be quick to move in. Clouds will be quick to move in because there's an area of low pressure that'll be moving to our west and southwest during the day on Friday. As we start to pull in a little bit of warm air above to the west of us, this may fire off an isolated shower or two before sunrise on Friday, but most of the day looking to stay dry as that warm front stays a bit further to our west and southwest. And that'll be the focus for showers and thunderstorms as we head through the afternoon and evening. I'll hang on to an isolated chance during the day tomorrow, but again, most of it staying to our south and to the west. Same story on Saturday, too. While a few isolated showers could skirt up here to the north, a lot of that rainfall staying down to the south of us during the afternoon on Saturday. We might have a better chance for rain Saturday night and into Sunday. Area of low pressure, you can kind of see that curly Q or counterclockwise spin moving into northern Montana. That's that low pressure system that'll move through the plains and then to the south of us, kind of stalling out because we have an area of high pressure anchored over the southeast, so not a lot of movement with that. Unfortunately, the rain, or at least the highest threat for rain, staying mostly to the south of some much needed rainfall. While we might get a couple of showers here and there, that heavy rain looking to remain to the south. So we'll see many dry hours here as we go into the weekend. Temperatures too staying in the 70s. But guys, as we head into next week, we'll start to see those numbers climb back into the 80s.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lepper.
We have got Rockford Rivets baseball coming our way tonight here in Loves Park. The Battle Creek Bombers are in town. This game marks the start of a 6-game homestand. Unfortunately, the Rivets haven't exactly been setting the world on fire lately. They've lost 9 of their last 11 games. But there is reason for hope. The Rivets are a much better team here at home. 6 of their last 7 wins have come here. And the Rivets have a team batting average of .281 at home compared to .198 on the road. The other reason for optimism tonight is the Rivets will have their best starting pitcher on the mound. Ross Thompson will work. He's gone at least 5 innings in his last 5 starts. All have been quality starts. Well, the Lloyd Snappers are counting down the days to their first game in their new stadium. That'll be August the 3rd, but you don't have to wait that long to see the place. The Snappers will be hosting a movie night at ABC Supply Stadium. On Thursday, July 29th, they'll be showing the movie The Sandlot on their big video board. Also, before the movies, I should say, kids can run the bases, and after the movie, there will be a fireworks show. Again, that's Thursday, July the 29th. Well, the Cubs got that big gorilla off their back, that 11-game losing streak last night when they beat the Phillies. They will try to beat the Phillies again tonight when they host them at Wrigley. The White Sox have the night off. Now, the Bucks don't quite have a gorilla on their back, but they could have one if they should lose again tonight in Phoenix. They do not want to drop a second straight game to the Suns. The Bucks need more from Jrue Holiday than they got in Game 1. They also have to do a better job of slowing down the Suns' big three of Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. And they're hoping Giannis shows more improvement coming off that knee injury.
There's some things that he can do better, and there's some things that he did well, and same as our group. And I think the thing about Giannis, he always gets better if, for whatever reason, he's missed some days or some games. And again, not unlike probably a lot of players. He's going to get better as we go forward.
Every game of the NBA Finals from here on out will be shown on WTVO and ABC. Catch tonight's game starting at 8 o'clock. Well, Tampa is the new title town. The Lightning Stanley Cup Championship is their second in less than a year, adding the Buccaneers Super Bowl title, and that's 3 championships for that city in the last 283 days. Rivets baseball on tap here tonight on a cool night in Loves Park. That's sports for now. We'll be right back.
Got the cloud cover out there this evening, but our skies will stay dry tonight. The First Warning Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Temperatures down around 59 degrees tonight. We're in the 70s going into the weekend, so still a little cooler, but warmer than where we were today. Well, we got a few showers for the weekend, not a washout by any means. Could see a quick passing shower early on, and then that staying to our west and south during much of the day tomorrow. Same story for Saturday. Might see a better chance for rain Sunday.
All right. Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending a little of your time with us. Stay safe.